It started with a blink. Blair Quinn looked in the mirror, and her reflection blinked first. Not at the same time, not a trick of light. It moved before she did. She laughed it off, blamed sleep, stress, the usual. But it didn't stop. Every morning, her reflection was faster. A smile that hadn't reached her lips, a turn of the head she hadn't made yet. Then came the whispers, from her own voice, coming through the glass. She covered the mirror, taped it, smashed it. Didn't matter. She still saw herself, in windows, in puddles, in shadows. And every time, her future was staring back, trying to warn her, trying to stop what was coming. Because Blair Quinn wasn't losing her mind, she was losing time. She thought it was just the mirror, but then it happened in the real world. She reached for her coffee and knocked it over because her hand had already moved. She walked into a room, and the door was already swinging shut. At first, it was seconds, then full moments. She was watching herself from the outside. Shadows moved in patterns she hadn't made yet. Footsteps echoed before her own. She started recording, played the footage back, and there she was, blinking, turning, speaking, before she actually did. Every version of her, slightly ahead. She wasn't following the future. The future was leading her, and whatever it was leading her to, it wasn't safe. It happened in broad daylight. Blair Quinn stepped onto the sidewalk and froze. Across the street was herself. Same clothes, same posture, same face. But that version wasn't shocked. She was calm, watching, waiting. They locked eyes. Then the other Blair turned and walked away. Not fast, not hiding, just moving ahead. Blair followed, across traffic, through alleyways, around blind corners. But every time she turned, the other her was gone, until she wasn't. She stood in a window, a floor above, hands pressed to the glass. No fear, no confusion, just one word, written in condensation, run. And by the time Blair looked back up, she was alone.
Not tomorrow. Not yet. If you stay, you vanish. The version of you that survives knows when to leave.
They'd been watching her. She knew it. Men in identical coats, parked cars that never left, the same face twice in a crowd. She walked faster. They followed slower, like they weren't chasing, just waiting. Agent O.S. Blair Quinn, don't run. You already have. She turned, but no one was there. Only a phone ringing on the pavement. She picked it up. The screen read, frame, voice, filtered. You're not sick. You're not alone. You're a variant, and your timeline is folding. She dropped the phone because she hadn't told anyone what was happening, not a soul, but Frame knew, and they weren't here to help. They were here to reset her.
The moment felt real, too real. Rain, a rooftop, a voice shouting her name. Then light, pain, nothing, and suddenly breath. Blair sat up in bed. She checked her phone. A message time-stamped 4 hours earlier. A missed call from someone she hadn't met yet. She rushed to the window. Same street, same cloud, same dog walking past at the same second. She was back, but not the same. This time she knew what came next. The spilled coffee, the text that hadn't been written. She was looping, not reliving the day, reliving herself. Blair Quinn wasn't caught in time. She was time, misfiring, glitching, rewinding. And the next time she dies, she's not sure she'll come back. If you find this, you're not the first me. You're going to feel like you've been here before, because you have. But this time you don't run. You dig, you find it, you break it.
She always thought she was the glitch, the anomaly. But the archive told a different story. She wasn't broken. She was built. Every version of her that came before failed. Some ran, some erased, some collapsed. But Blair didn't collapse. She fractured and adapted. In the encrypted logs, she found her designation, code Blair09X OVR override. She wasn't the loop's mistake. She was the system's last resort, the one version that wouldn't reset, the one that remembered. Frame hadn't been tracking a threat. They were hunting the fix that wouldn't fix itself. Blair Quinn wasn't supposed to be here anymore, but she was, and now she knew why.
It had led her here. The signs, the reflections, the loops, all pointing to one moment. This one. She stepped through the old warehouse door. Dust, light, silence. And there she was. Herself. Older, sharper. Eyes that had seen more endings than beginnings. The future version didn't flinch. She simply stepped forward and raised a hand. We've looped this 9 times. You're the first one to make it this far. What happens if I keep going? You stop being what they built. You start becoming what they feared.
Once you step through, you won't come back. Not as you are. Break the loop.